Hello, my name is Ajit, and in this video I will demonstrate how to join a Synology NAS into a Windows Active Directory domain. So in this video I will guide you through the process of joining your Synology NAS to the Active Directory domain controller. So once you join your Synology DSM to the Active Directory domain controller, so you can see all the users which are created under the domain into your Synology DSM operating system, so which you can use to give the permission to the share folders. Actually, we use this environment where we have n number of users, more than 100 users, more than 200 users. So you need to give a file permission to a group, to your OU, or to a particular type of AD user. So once you give the permissions, the user can access the share folder by using their AD credentials. So you don't need to create a Synology username password for each of the users. So before you start with the configuration, you should have the administrator username password of your domain controller. Your Synology NAS should be joined on the same network with the same DNS IP address. So let's start with adding your Synology box to the Active Directory domain controller. Let's log into your Synology box via the administrator password. So before you start joining your Synology box to your domain controller, first of all you need to check your NTP services are enabled, and it should be synced with your Active Directory domain controller. You need to go to the control panel. Under control panel you need to go to regional settings. So regional settings, under you should see it should synchronize with NTP server. So once it's done, it's already updated with the NTP server. Click apply, because we have not done any changes, so it will not save. So let's go to the domain controller tab. So click on join domain. So on the first you need to give the domain name. I'm using domain I think .local. DNS IP address is 192.168.50.134. This should be the IP address of your Active Directory and your DNS server. So it's a domain server type is AD domain. So it will select automatically when we authenticate. It's a trusted domain. Yes, it's a trusted domain. Under the advanced option, you need to give a domain controller IP address or the fully qualified domain name. So fully qualified domain name is I think .local. Domain NetBIOS name is I think, and fully qualified domain name is I think .local. So register DNS with all interface, yes. So under the update user group list, you should always enable that on the daily basis, because once you update once you create a new user in the Active Directory, it should start automatically update on the Synology DSM under also. And the next we need to give a username password. So you need to click on domain options. So this station will synchronize with NTP server every time when a domain user login. Yes. Apply. So once you click on apply, it will ask for the administrator username and password. So I'll give the administrator username and password. Next. Now you can see the domain is added to the Synology system. So it's just checking all the domain status check. So it will check the connection work properly between the Synology, the host name exists in the subnet, and the connection works properly between all the Synology device. So let's finish. Once you click on finish, so you can see your Synology box is joined to the Active Directory. So now you can go to the users to verify that all the users you have in the Active Directory is syncing with your Synology box. Even you can go to the domain users tab, and you can see all the users which are under the Active Directory of I think is already registered under the Synology box also. So once you add any users to the Active Directory, it will take 1 hour to sync with your Synology. If you want to do a manual update, you need to click on update domain data. So once you click on update domain data, it will automatically update all the user list of your Active Directory under the Synology box. Now you can see all the users are added. Even the domain groups are already added under the Synology domain and LW services. Let's go to the file services, share folder. And now I can share this folder with the Active Directory users. Click on edit, go to the permissions. Now you can go to the local users tab, drop down and select the domain users. So you will see all the domain users which are there in the Active Directory under the domain users. So you can select any users from here. Let's select Ajit, Amar or HR. Click OK. So once you click on OK, so now all the Active Directory users you have created or you have given the permission and access to the folder name called shared. So now let's go to the edit and let's go to the under the permission tab. So you can see under the domain users, all the users you can see from here. So let's go to the advanced permission. Now we'll use the advanced permission for your Active Directory policies. Under the advanced share permissions, domain users, the same users which I have given the shared permission, I can give the advanced permissions also. Click OK. So now your AD user has advanced permissions to access the share folder which are on the Synology NAS box. So we'll press on OK and now the permissions are updated. So this is the way you can add the Active Directory to your Synology DSM, and you can change the permission on the share folder and assign the permission to the Active Directory users via DSM operating system. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe.